Hi guys, welcome in. We'll get going here in a minute. Check the sound. It's me making that noise. Sorry. All right, let me mute that. Welcome in. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Where am I looking at? There we go. Hi, Norma. Hi, sweetie. We're going to wait a few more minutes to get everyone in here and see who pops in. There we go. Getting some more people. It's starting to roll. There we go. Let me mute this. And when you have to hear the slurping sound, I made the noise anyway. Say hello in the chat. Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming in. All right. Hi, Nay. Hiya. Click the thumbs up if you like it. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe if you like. And I had some ideas and I wanted to get it out there. Like I always do, get some pop-ups through my life. Do these pop-ups rather, and offer some ideas about this game, about humanity. Good. All right, I think we got enough going now. So let's go ahead and start. I named this today Being the Authentic. And let's step back and let's remind ourselves of something. There's a lot of pieces to ascension. The arrogance of your own ego was built upon the idea of separation. The source of everything in separation is a conditioning against its own self. It is the separated self that lives outside of self, known as the fractal. Great. So the idea about awakening is to see yourself and all of the structures you put into place called enlightenment, and taking down those structures through your transcendence and the stuff we talked about over the years. And, the tools that we put in place and get this thing going, right? One of the aspects that we want to talk about is being the authentic self. Now, a lot of the times you're going to think you are being the authentic self. Just like when you're a big, fat, ugly ego screaming your head off like a banshee, and then all of a sudden you realize, wait a minute, I overreacted. But in the moment, it was your authentic self. Yes. So we're always our authentic self, but it's the self that matches the persona as opposed to the personality. And we all know that the personality is the structure that we act upon. Look, go on YouTube and just type in Karens or Brads or Kevins. These people that are acting like a certain personality. They're reacting to their challenged ego, and they need their emptiness fulfilled with that energy. So as Abraham said, these people are energy-sucking vampires, and they want your energy. Now, they're not going to come and steal it in the middle of the night and be some bullshit conspiracy theorist. They're fishing. They're fucking fishing. And that fish is asking for that hook is asking for your energy. Will you pay attention to me? I need attention. So I'm going to scream and holler like an idiot. But that's an authentic self of that fractal experiencing humanity. That's an unjudgeable, unconditional reality of expression. The interaction that you have with it is your experience. Now, the authentic self doesn't feed that. The authentic fractal feeds that. You got to start thinking in terms of unconditional. Now, is it going to be easy just because you know that in your little mind up here? No. That's going to be an emotional reaction self, a valid, authentic self that you have to transcend through your understanding, observations, acceptance, surrender, the work that we've been doing. But being the authentic self, now that's going to be a shift for all of you once you start moving forward in your ascension. saying, wow, I'm angry at that, blah, 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 blah. You do your work. But then it comes a point to where you might be thinking it's you because you're having an interaction with that and it's not sitting with you right. But see, if you look at that relationship, mature yourself about this, pay attention. You look at that relationship and it goes against the grain of yourself. Now, the grain of yourself is your persona. It's not a reactive scalp that cries, they're hurting my feelings, or they should be this, or motherfucking. And you can feel the emotional self. That's the humility it takes to see yourself as the fractal. Ain't no one else a fractal. Pay attention to your world. Let all those people be whatever the fuck they are going to be. You pay attention to the kingdom, right? Okay. So you see yourself, you're like, oh my God, I'm reacting, I'm having a bad time, it hurts, I'm mad, I'm going to get it out, I'm going to be that self, I'm going to be it, I'm going to love it, I'm going to hate it, I'm going to be everything. But then when I am myself, in the moment, there's a different resonance. That's a different resonance. Now that resonance speaks a persona. That's persona development. That's my fourth school. Okay? And that takes work. But first, you got to become a vibrational tactician and you got to start being honest with yourself and feel you're authentic through the vibration of reality and do the fucking work to say, okay, I took this action. I'm a fucking idiot. That ain't me. Now I'm better because I know what's not me. Good evolution, not regret. Okay? Use humanity as your sounding board. Bounce off of them because they're bouncing off of you. All right, good. So that authentic self, there's a resonance with it. And if that person is being obtuse and you've accepted their obtuseness and you've transcended the emotional reaction, now that person is sitting there and they're behaving in such a way. Make no mistake about it. You are not done with that person. You don't need to react to them. But what you do is you have a different reality choice now. You're moving into your beingness, the being, the authentic. That's when you are no longer going to be at the expense of another. Okay? Because we taught if you're reacting, it's you, and it is. But that doesn't count you out once you've transcended the relationship. Now it takes the courage to say something. That's not arrogance to be your own self. That's putting down a precedent. Look, you're going to act like this, great. I'm not going to play with you anymore. This is my authentic self. Now, they might have their reactions and their shit. Whose show is that? Well, that's their show. You're not responsible for another person's show. Stop trying to be a hero. Stop trying to make everyone happy. Stop trying to appease everyone. Stop controlling your reality. Courage, courage, courage to birth the enlightened self within you that you know is there. That's the all that is self, right? All right. So here's this authentic self. This person or that person or this situation, you got to stand up. How many times have you guys gone home and bitched about someone that did something to you? But if you do something, you are going to sell yourself a fucking story not to do something. Now, there's two ways to do it. You can react, and you know that self, because that's an emotional self, and it's conjuring up situations on how it's going to play out, and what you're going to do then, and what you're going to say, and you're planning your whole reality of lack. You're putting together this fucking stage show of lack, and you're inviting everyone at work to come to that idea show, or at home, or wherever you're at, right? And you're buying tickets, you're selling it. Now that's a stage. It's a lackful stage show. Fuck that. We're not talking about that reaction self. Transcend that self. But then when it occurs to the authentic self is divine. It's not going to react. It's not going to plan. It's not going to stage a show. It's going to be awesome. And it's going to lay down its own law. And that reality will be understood now. So let's look at fault that your mind is going to sell you first. You start laying down the law, and then those people are, okay, remember, it's your law. This is the way you are. And if they want to play with you, they can't fish you anymore. They can't trough you anymore. They can't find your energy and say, ah, buck, 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 buck. And you're going, oh, well, but, and then you're engaged and there's that vortex and you're just creating another fucking simple now. Okay. But what you want to do is lay it down and send that message. But here's the fault that kicks in. You might try to blame yourself for creating that situation. You didn't create it out of purpose. You discovered your own behavior. That's enlightenment. You showed yourself how you are creating your reality. What better intelligence is that? Make sure you know it's not your fault because you created that situation. You created a reality of lack, not the defined. The whole game is that way because that's what we're born into. So what you're doing is you're evolving out of that. It's not your fault. So a person said, what happened? Why did you change? I was like, yeah, I thought it was everything. Well, I'm evolving. I'm in the business of evolving. I'm going to transcend myself. If that is a regard they don't want to play with, let them go. I don't care about the emotional ties or the obligation, the responsibility, or the fucking guilt you're going to feel unless you want to care about it. And then you will create a reality within the paradigm of those beliefs. You will have to behave as the guilt. You have to be apologetic from the guilt. You have to resolve the guilt. You have to resolve the responsibility. You have to negotiate with your worth. And you will be the human that you've always been because you're creating a relationship of lack. Taking the authentic self and squashing it back down, saying, no, I don't deserve to be because I'm afraid. Because I'm afraid of the consequences. I'm afraid of the outcome. I'm afraid what's going to happen. Great. Then accept your fear and forge yourself. What's going to happen? Do you really think? Do you fucking really think? Intelligent. I'm speaking to the intelligent, not the reactive mind. Put that little fucking shit away. The intelligent self, that God's outside of here, are manipulating each other. The God that is above all that is, you, are going to another God. I'm going to trick them into fucking this. Really? We're unconditional love. Where is that in your equation that your negotiating mind is allowing you to negotiate your own fucking peril every day in an action of less than because you're afraid of them and hurting their feelings or the outcome or the consequences? That's the maturity it takes. And you've got to forge that and let the authentic self out and do that so you can see in birthing reality that all of those fears are bullshit. You have to birth the authentic self sometime. God's up here on going, man, you see what they did to me? I swear to God, that was fucking wrong. Humans, separated daywalkers. That's what we do. We have forgot and we only use what was available. You're on a desert island, there's a coconut tree and a fucking what? A rock. That's it. You only know coconuts. That's all you know. Attraction floats in maybe let's say a crate full of oranges. Now you know oranges. But you only know coconuts. So what are you going to do? I'm going to get an orange. I wish I had an orange. You have no idea about a fucking orange. We have no idea about these things. And we're going to use those with the resources of coconut to explain an orange? We have to go inside and transcend that fractal. We have to do that work. It's enlightenment, not excitement. Get your head out of the distractions of humanity. Buying up your fucking nows of everything that's not going on in the now. The now is about remembering the self, doing the work, birthing the authentic. You got to do this work. The authentic self isn't afraid. It doesn't negotiate. It's not scared of a consequence. It doesn't value consequence. Your mind reacting to those things. It feels very real and very consequential and very fearful. Yes. But as gods, as whole beings, do you really believe we do that outside of here? Then I'll show you a human speaking that truth to you, not an internal creator, not a natural persona. Unconditional love is the state of being. That's the work you got to do. You got to forge that authentic self. You got to bring that authentic self to the table. An unapologetic, unnegotiable, non-wavering, fucking badass, divine nonchalance owning its goddamn world without the demand of others. Because it is whole within its kingdom. And that's a relationship to the external. That's really not external, is it? Because the one is all. Picking up what I'm laying down? That's your work. Hang on, let me check the chat. Hi. Hi, Victoria. Hello, James. Hi, Amy. 1010. Yes, Portal. Hi, Jennifer. Oh, good to see you, Jennifer. Yay. Very good. Okay, since some of this is review for some of you in the chat, I get that. But you want to lock these things in to where they're no longer questionable. The school of recognition. That school of recognition, we got some students here in class. That school showed you it's me. It's me. That's my belief. I recognize my anger, my hope, my obligation, my dedication, my loyalty, my commitment, my compassion, my desire, my wants, my needs, everything that I externalize in the objectivity born outside of myself. These things are objects that are not me. I am separated. Bingo. Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for them? Bob. That's it. You're separated. You're externalizing, and you have an emotional relationship with those things. And how you react to them is your experience. You're exclusive 100%. You own your experience of this separation. And if it's emotional, then you know you're staring dead nuts at a fucking belief. And that's what recognition does. And transcendence is the beauty of the work. The journey of a master that forges itself in humility and says, you know, I want to blame you for what you did. Now, you're an asshole. Don't get me wrong. You are an asshole. However, I'm reacting to yourself. And I'm reacting. And you might think that you got me, and you did. You got me. Oh, you're a hero. That's good. Just go on your get people in your asshole self. Have fun. And thank you for showing me that I'm angry about what you are. I can't help what you are, but I can change the way I relate to you. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to surrender to it. It says, I'm angry at his actions. He's an unconditional God. No longer talking to him because asswipe is gone. Okay, I'm an unconditional God looking at a reality through a belief system. And my belief says that action that comes through my filter and I'm interpreting gives me a resistance that's angry at an object. My fucking God. I've recognized the belief, surrendered to it by becoming it and loving it. Thank you so much, me, for showing me my own goddamn diarrhea. Holy crap, I'm full of shit. I got bullshit everywhere. Look at me. You know, I must have ate fucking Taco Bell. I got it fucking going on. And then you accept it. And it hurts. It hurts a lot. Your frustrations, your expectations, your fucking things you pride yourself on, your prejudice about things, those are your beliefs. And you have to swallow your pride and humble yourself, and you have to transcend them. And it doesn't happen one time, and it's not an affirmation up here. You don't sell yourself, I did the work, it's all gone. No, it's a journey of the now. It's a master's journey. It takes years of work, of the idea of the discipline it takes to ascend a self. From not knowing a God to knowing it's God internally. So you transcend that, the school of transcendence. It's work. It's work. It's real hard work of emotional transcendence, bringing your relationship to reality back to the unconditional so you can feel alive in the reality, but it doesn't taper you or sway you left or right. It doesn't pull you into anger or pull you into fear. And then you have to hope, and then you need to panic, and you have to take action to resolve this. You don't need to be that puppet anymore. To birth the authentic self that has a reality of total shit coming at it, and you go, think, I got this. The freedom that provides. That's the work that you have to do. Right? You don't need to be led. You need to recognize your own shit, the separated self, the fractal. It's all that. It's all an internal journey. All the distractions of what's going on here and there and all that is a way for humanity to experience their separation. They're vortexing the idea of separation using polarity to validate the fractal and continue the fractal. Yippee skippy, let them have it. You're an ascender, enlightening the self. That's where your focus is at. Do the work. Do the work. You deserve it. And you may be understanding I'm very passionate about this. Why? Because I felt it. And I'm telling you, you fucking deserve the way I feel. You deserve to feel the fucking freedom of what it is to be a God with no fears. Holy shit. But you don't have the powers of God. I can't manifest that of thin air. I can't do this stuff. I'm still journeying. But when I get up any morning, I'm not afraid. I'm not worried about what's going to happen. I don't need to plan. I live. I live for no reason. So do the work. Do the work. Again, Wednesdays I have schools. If you want to go to this Transcendent School or Recognition Transcendent School. If you like what you see and want to support the channel, donate. And if you need anything, email me. And let's ascend this fucking species, right? They've been cycling long enough. They need some light bearers. That's us. All right, everyone. I love you guys. Rock your reality. If you need anything, again, don't hesitate.